Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. Like for today, I want to discuss a pretty interesting topic with you guys, which is the Reichstag Fire. So before we have really seriously started, how much do you guys know about the Reichstag Fire? It is of course, in the Weimar Republic period, and about 1933. While Nazi Party, and also it's also a serious case for the Communist Party. Finally, I would say the case is ended by claiming Marinus Van Der Lubbe, which is the handsome young boy I've shown in the photo, to be, to have a lot of sentence and being executed finally in Reichstag. And yeah, so now, after we have basically know its background, we can just get started. So today I will introduce to you guys with a pretty, I would say, extraordinary stories. Yes, and also like some interesting facts about how his sentence have been changed. So now let's get started. So first, the question of who banned the Reichstag building is remained unsolved, because historians, because at the time, we can only get information about from the Weimar Republic, where Nazi has already dominated. So, the historians place a doubt or a question mark on the fact, because it's Nazi Party who say Marinus Van Der Lubbe is suspect for this case, and he has been in the whole Reichstag fire for the communists because he wants to burn to put some Nazi officials into death. But still, this is a problem because because in the Reichstag fire, before 5 to 10 minutes, the meeting of Nazi party has been cancelled. So probably it's also been Marinus Van Der Lubbe is act for Nazi, or even he is act for individual. So I won't say that I will give out a really straightforward answer for this one, because I do not think I am that professional enough to give you guys an answer. And also even I think it's better for you guys to form your own opinion. So we will look through the life of the suspicious young man, and also to get more details and more ideas. He is born in Leiden, Netherlands, with his parents divorced. So at last, his mother chose to bring him up at the age of 12, when Marinus Van Der Lubbe is 12, his mother died. So he went on to live with his half-sister's family in Augst. I don't think I pronounced the place name quite well, but yes, it is I think a place in Netherlands. He worked as a bricklayer there, and first anecdote, he has got the nickname of Dempsey because at the time there is a really, English boxer called, I would say, Dempsey, so he got the name with his strong strengths. And also he was, because of his, if we consider some bricklayers, the standard how to identify he is outstanding or not is definitely how much work he can do. So since Van Der Lubbe got great strengths, he soon become outstanding and become, one of the members in the trade union. So that at a really young age, he has been familiar with some labor forces demand. And yes, he knew what laborers want and how the capitalist making full use of them. And at the age of 16, he first joined the Communist Party, and that's the reason why some historians do believe that he acted for the Communist Party, because at the age of 16, he has already joined the Communist Party of Netherlands, its youth section, because he has not reached the age of 18, which is a communist youth bond. In 1926, he shift his job into some workings with lime water, but unfortunately some lime got into his eyes and almost blinded him at that time, so he got injured. But I have already mentioned that he probably has lived with his, half-sister. So why half-sister accept him? Because he can, get wages and probably at least to, to get his own food, but only like to probably rent some space in her house. But after he completely lost his ability to earn more wages, like the conflict between his half sister and Van der Lubbe suddenly came, and also so like in 1926 he have to, without a pension of like around $3 at a time, which is pretty useless. He went back to Leiden, which is like the place he was brought to Illinois. So in 1927, he finally got the opportunity to learn how to speak German and founded the Lenin House at Leiden. So Lenin House is some place where he organized political meetings. Yes, because he has, after his working in Tillman factory, a strike began. So he was, since the Lenin House and, have a lot of political like friends, he set up a strike or yes, but he is really inexperienced and, wanted to handle all the responsibilities, and he is really hostile of not getting punished if he was taking part in a strike. So we can probably analyze from this one that probably like he wants to get all the responsibility done, and also, yes, pretty immature, I would say, because, it is not all your responsibility, of course. So after 1931, he was the most active young man among the unemployed workers. But there comes the disagreement with the Communist Party of Netherlands. The reason is that the Communist Party of Netherlands would not offer him a higher kind of like job place, so like the conflict caused. So, but even here, you may expect him to jump out to another Communist Party, or another brand new party, but not. It's still Communist Party. With, he not only become, like, after the breakup with the Communist Party of Netherlands, but he take part in the International Group of Communist Party, which is a even bigger organization, and where, like, he get a promise that he can become, like, one of the officers, and then he is have to fled to work in Germany. Yes, work in Germany. Because like they promised him an officer place, but at the time, he has like after 1933 he came in Germany. He had a criminal record of attempted arsons, bringing some like fire, like some things that can set a fire into some dangerous places, and the historic fact of Van der Lubbe suddenly just paused. No other sins were discovered until 27th February 1933. He confessed himself for being acting alone, attempt to rally German workers against the fascist rule. So probably we would think about, is his own statement that he claimed he is working for himself true, or he is working for the Communist Party, or he is working for the Nazi Party, but the Nazi Party has already like clear all the, clues for him to become a Nazi member. So, of course, without much, objections can be made, he was being executed in Leipzig. And this is all for the Reichstag Fire. If you want to analyze more, you can base on my studies or even to search more historic facts. But do something interesting is that, but after World War II, James Van Der Lubbe, which is his brother, made the objection and, it was not overruled. In 1967, his sentence changed from death to 8 years in prisons, and in 1980, changed to 3 years. And finally, in December 2007, he was, it is pardoned. He was like free of he is no longer being sentenced. But it is pretty ridiculous that he has already died, and all the things seems to be just, the alphabet is useless. Yes. But still, I would like to make a guess. It is because, you may consider Van der Lubbe as a, Nazi party leader, because after fire is set, another fire of Nazi may also be set at the same time, because, only a few minutes after the fire has set up, they called Van der Lubbe, but the thing that, after 2.5 hours, the fire has been finally put down, is an unreasonable, like I cannot explain time gap around 2.5 hours. So I do not think like putting out a fire like that needs that much time, or in some case, Nazi like personally just set up a fire after detecting that a person has set up the fire and determined to let him become the scapegoat. And nothing more we can analyze. And thank you guys for listening, and please support my channel. Thank you for all. Have a nice day.